Young tradies are dying from silicosis. Let's have a look. Hello everyone, Florian Heise here for another episode of Heise Says, with my faithful stein of coffee to power me through the day. And I thought we would look at this article from news.com. Now I know it's a rag, but it's drawing attention to the silicosis epidemic that is affecting tradies, stonemasons. A lot of young guys, a lot of guys younger than me. And it's to do with those beautiful stone bench tops that people are putting in kitchens everywhere. Everywhere. So let's have a look. Carl Goodwin was a teenager when he landed a plumb apprenticeship, but he had no idea his dream job would be a killer. This is going to be the next James Hardy asbestos issue. I ended up in stonemasonry by chance. I went for an interview as a boat mechanic, but the employment agency said, "You've got a bit of background in rural life. I grew up working in Mullumbimby, working at the Mullumbimby Co-op, selling fertilizer and that kind of thing. Would you be interested in stonemasonry?" I said, "Sure, I'll have a crack at it." Get the pun. And I enjoyed it. The hands-on approach and the accuracy, cutting kitchen bench tops isn't like working with wood. You can't add anything to it. You have to be precise. Your skills have to be there, and my skills were there. And I honed those skills and got very good at the job. There was a lot of work. Everyone from young renovators to big developers wanted stone bench tops in their kitchens. They still do. Yeah, still do. They look nice. I've got a timber bench top. Don't like it. The dust was heavy. It was thick. It was everywhere. My car seat, my couch, if you hit them, there'd be a cloud of dust. It followed you everywhere. It was so fine, you couldn't get away from it. And here is the issue that he's raising there. It's the dust from the cutting of this material. Now, you can work with it. You can work with it safely. You need to wet cut it. You need to cut it while wet to ensure that the dust doesn't get everywhere. But can you see how that may not be happening all the time? We were all concerned about it, but you know what it's like when you're a young bloke doing your apprenticeship. You don't know any better. Yep. Oh yeah, I can relate to that, and I think every one of the tradies or blokes watching this video can relate to that as well. You know? There you go. It's a good shot, mate. You're having a good adventure there. There was a lot of camaraderie. The guys I worked with were family to me. We spent 60 to 70 hours a week in the shed together, then would go out most weekends too. Life was good. I had a girlfriend. We'd moved into our new place together. I was enjoying a happy, healthy life. But that dust was taking its toll. Nearly every one of those boys has now been diagnosed with silicosis. I've been watching the collapse of tough young men. Their spirits have been drained. It's heartbreaking. I've had grown men on the phone to me in tears. Guys who have no other industry or professional skill crying on the phone to me asking how they're going to provide for their young families. These guys went straight from school to this job. It's all they know how to do. And it's for these beautiful bench tops here. Guys, for these beautiful bench tops, the cutting, the adjusting of the material. Because if you breathe in, it can cause illness, scoliosis. Oh no, it's silicosis, sorry. I've been out of the industry a couple of years when I heard about former colleagues getting diagnosed. I thought I'd be fine, but one day I was at work and one of my former apprentices and close friends messaged me asking, "Have you been checked?" I said, "Nah, mate, I'm sweet." He goes, "Dude, get checked. I've been checked. I'm effed." He left the industry about the same time I did, and he worked in a lot less than I did. So I got really freaked out. Within an hour, I left work and was at the GP getting a referral. A few days later, I got the results and it just crushed me. My whole world came crumbling down. At that point, it was, how bad is it? Am I going to die soon? I've got a bit more clarity now, and it's not happening tomorrow, but at that moment, I didn't know. I mean, this is quite a gut-wrenching story to read, particularly, you can relate to these lads going through it, and all they were doing was working, just doing their job. And this is why, particularly when people complain about the differences in pay for certain jobs, why they, a nanny is only earning this much compared to a welder. There's different risks. And I guarantee you this is probably a male-dominated field. So guys, you've got to realize that often people are risking their lives in their work, and it's not really understood or appreciated, particularly by our great, glorious political leaders. At that point, okay, we've read that. We've since had a death about a month ago, and the guy was in his 30s. It made everyone go, F, it's real. So you can see here. So Gold Coast stonemason Anthony White died of silicosis earlier this year, aged 36. So he's only 2 years younger than me. Shit, the poor bloke. The mental toll is the biggest. The mental toll is massive. You question every moment, every time you start coughing or anything, you're out of breath. Straight away, it's on your mind. Is this the disease? There was a real defeated attitude there for a while, What's the point with anything in life anymore? I'm going to die soon anyway. It crushed me mentally and crushed my attitude towards life for a period. It has also taken a huge toll on my relationship, which was in the early stages at the time of diagnosis and robbed us of pure happiness in our first year together. I turned to alcohol, to drugs. I've tried to block everything from my world. That's me. I turned to numbing solutions. I've had a hard couple of years. I got divorced, had a suicide in the family, then my mother's partner Merv got diagnosed with cancer. Mum was helping battle Merv's terminal cancer, and I ring and tell her I'm dying too. It's been hard. Poor bloke, mate. That's tough. It's bloody tough. In the lead up to every GP appointment, I get crippling anxiety and depression. Is this going to be where they tell me it's gotten a lot worse? With no available treatment for silicosis, you can only think of deterioration. It's not like they put you on medication or treatment. So coming into an appointment, there's no chance maybe the stuff has worked and I'm getting better. There is no thought of getting better because there is no treatment, and that's what makes me so angry. At the end of the day, this will be what kills me. Even today's specialist was like, look, you probably got 8 years until you need a lung transplant. If that doesn't happen, that's it. 8 years. 8 years. He's 33. He's 33. I'm 33 years old. I got told you've got 8 years to live. It's effing hard. As far as compensation goes, your only option is to sue your employer for exposure. For me, there is no compensation. For me, I just want to see things change so another generation doesn't go through this. You have to understand, too, that this is to do with the workplace health and safety requirements. A lot of it, there'd be small shops. And you know what the blokes are like. So, I've got mates in their 20s who are copying this. In their 20s. You shouldn't get diagnosed with a preventable industrial disease in your 20s in 2019. Are you kidding me? Yeah, there you go. There you go. So is there blood on everyone's kitchen bench tops, guys? Literally. In this day and age. And it's all good and well to say we're working on changing things, but why is this even happening? Why are young guys even being diagnosed? Why is the safe levels of silica you can inhale in Australia 4 times higher than what is allowed in the USA? Why aren't we reaching those levels of safety like countries like America are reaching? Yeah, that's a bloody good question. That's a bloody good question. Even now, with so many people diagnosed, why aren't they putting immediate measures in place? Change it. I get it will cost the industry lots of money, but for me, you can't put a price on people's well-being. Well, yeah. Yep. Do our state building authorities, do they need to go and inspect every one of these stonemasons to ensure that they've got the right equipment, they're following the right protocol? And then put a levy, a charge on every kitchen benchtop. Maybe we should. You know, it's unacceptable that this is happening. I've heard from others too that there's going to be a lot coming out about black lung, some of the coal mines in New South Wales. That will be very interesting to hear, because this is the type of stuff you think, oh, that happened in the past. Now we're better than that. Now we're smarter. We're more arrogant. Anyway, guys, I thought I would share this to bring it to everyone's attention, because it's happening and it's something that needs to be addressed and needs to be talked about. Anyway, take care, like, share and subscribe, ding the bell, and I'll talk to you later. Bye for now.